The LA Rams are 3-4 through 7 games and nothing has looked good. Almost every position group is struggling, and there are a few big reasons for that. But before I get into this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, as all support is very much appreciated. Helps me out more than you can see. Now, let's get right into the Rams' disappointing start to this season. Last year, they started off 6-1 and had the 6th best rushing defense, 3rd most sacks, and 5th best passing offense. Safe to say, that has not been the case this year. So let's start with their passing game. Matthew Stafford signed a 4-year, $160 million extension this offseason after helping LA win a Super Bowl. Throwing to Cooper Kupp and OBJ in the playoffs was unguardable, and Odell would have won Super Bowl MVP if he didn't get hurt in the game. And Kupp ended up winning the award. Pretty clear that the weapons were insane. However, this offseason, the Rams made some major changes to their skill positions. OBJ walked and still has not been signed after his injury in the Super Bowl. Robert Woods was traded to Tennessee for a 6th round pick, and to replace those guys, the Rams signed Allen Robinson to a 3-year, $46.5 million deal. Robinson is a former Pro Bowler and multi-time 1,000-yard receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars and Chicago Bears. But last year, he was horrible with rookie quarterback Justin Fields, only putting up 410 yards and 1 touchdown in 12 games. He got this deal because there was optimism that it was because of lack of targets and coaching, as well as a bad rookie quarterback. So, Sean McVay had faith that he could turn him around. But Robinson's been awful. Absolutely horrific. He has 32 yards per game. He's not been worth anything close to the deal he got, and that is pretty clear with his PFF receiving grade of a 60.8. 77th in the league. While Woods has not been great and Odell is still hurt and a free agent, it would have been nice to keep those guys on the team for when they came back healthy. Robinson may be playing bad because of himself, or maybe it's because of Matthew Stafford. Through 7 games, Stafford has 11 turnovers, 20th in yards per attempt, and is tied for 9th in turnover-worthy plays. He has only 8 total touchdowns to his 8 interceptions and 3 fumbles, by the way. Stafford has been hard to watch this year, as he just keeps turning the ball over almost 3 times as much as he did through 7 games last year. Matthew has been dealing with an injury in his elbow that is definitely not fully healthy yet, and is kind of a weird injury for an NFL quarterback. The injury that was announced in August is more like an elbow injury for MLB pitchers, so it's pretty weird that Matthew got it in the NFL. But just like I said with Robinson potentially being bad because of Stafford, everyone has a reason why they might be playing bad. Stafford might be because of the injury and weapons loss, but the main reason is their absolutely terrible offensive line. Matthew Stafford has been sacked 24 times, just over 3 times per game, 3rd highest in the league. He is 27th in average time to throw at 2.56 seconds, and according to PFF, Stafford has been under pressure something like 90 times. Yeah. The offensive line has been screwing over the whole team, as they are ranked 30th out of 32 in pass blocking and 17th in run blocking. Stafford has no time to do anything with his O-line, which has definitely led to some offensive struggles for the whole team. It clearly is the biggest issue on the Rams roster. This kind of reminds me of the team they just beat in the Super Bowl 9 months ago. Isn't that crazy? Whose offensive line still sucks. Their offensive tackle, Joseph Noteboom, who they signed in the offseason, tore his Achilles in Week 6. And another offseason signing, center Brian Allen, has just been really bad. So they really have gone screwed over by their free agent offensive line acquisitions after losing absolute stud and probable Hall of Famer Andrew Whitworth to retirement this offseason. Basically, the offensive line has been the root to most of their offensive problems. You can ask Matthew Stafford, who's getting hit an excessive amount of times, or just ask the running back group. While Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson have not looked good at all, both averaging under 4 yards per carry at 3.0 and 3.9, the yards before contact numbers are heinous. Henderson is at 2.6, which is 30th, and Akers is at 1.3, 53rd or dead last according to Pro Football Reference. Is it safe to say that Akers is just bad though? Over his past 9 games, including the postseason, he has 2.74 yards per carry. I don't really know, but, just saying, putting it out there. Either way, though, both cannot get anything done on the ground, partially maybe due to themselves not being the best runners, but also having to do with their mid-tier run-blocking offensive line, according to PFF, and their yards before contact marks. Outside of the offensive side of the ball, their defense has regressed. Everybody knew the Rams for their pass rush and secondary for a while, and my god is their pass rush terrible. They are last in pressures, 24th in sacks, and 31st in hurry percentage, 29th in QB knockdown percentage, and I'm done saying numbers because you get the gist. Compared to last year, they were 3rd in sacks. What happened, may you ask? Oh, well, they lost Von Miller. Von was such a game changer in the half of season and playoffs that he played in Los Angeles, and he was easily one of the biggest reasons they won it all. So losing him allows teams to put more attention on Aaron Donald, who only has 4 sacks, and Leonard Floyd, who has 2, which just came in Week 8. There's not the fear of, who do we double? That was there last year with Vaughn and Aaron Donald. Pass rush being so bad has really killed this defense since pass rush sets up the rest of the defense for success. If you can't get to the quarterback, it puts a lot more stress on the secondary to cover their guys down the field. But even saying that, every other part of their defense has been pretty fine. Their passing rushing yards allowed are top half of the league. It really just is the pass rush that is screwing over that defense. Keeping Darius Williams would have been nice for the secondary, but that also isn't the end of the world because they still have Jalen Ramsey and some upcoming safeties. But the real issue is Von Miller leaving to the Buffalo Bills because the Rams just can't afford anyone in free agency, and that's been a thing for years now. The Rams have lost so much this offseason and basically have no future to look forward to. Ever since McVay got in office, they've had minimal to no first-round picks, since they just give them all away. They even tried trading 2 first-round picks for Panthers stud pass rusher Brian Burns, which was somehow denied. I don't understand that one. He's not worth 2 first-round picks. I would take that in a second. Either way, doesn't matter. They also have no cap space, since they just give everybody insane amounts of money. That is basically what has made them bad. Their offensive and defensive lines just simply are not getting the job done, and the personnel in general is just not as good as it was in almost every position group, except inside linebacker with Bobby Wagner, which really seems like the only one that's improved. McVay and Raheem Morris have to find out how to get the best out of their guys on both sides of the ball to have a slim chance of making the playoffs at the end of this season. And with all that being said, that is it from me, guys. Thank you for tuning into Fanatic Sports. If you made it this far into the video, come on, just give it a like and subscribe to the channels. All support is very much appreciated. Helps me out more than you know. Also, follow me on Instagram at FanaticSports25 and on Twitter and TikTok at Fanatic Sports. And guys, big announcement. We have a new football. So, this is Joe of Fanatic Sports back with the signature football flip. Signing off.